30 years later, a nightmare is finally over for one woman after a man was given the maximum sentence of 20 years in prison in Hardin County for indecency with a child by sexual contact. J. Santos Reyes Martinez was found guilty by the judge during a bench trial, meaning there was no jury. Good evening, I'm Nick Canizales. Now, the crime Martinez was convicted for happened back in 1994, involving a child under 17, and charges were filed in 97. 12 News reporter Ebony Coleman spoke to the victim.
That's right, Nick. Jessica Browning tells me she's lived in fear for the last 30 years, constantly looking over her shoulder, worrying that Martinez could be just around the corner.
Or being in Walmart shopping and look around and he's there, like that was terrifying.
Jessica Browning says she met J. Santos Reyes Martinez during a family trip to Mexico. Her mother had married his brother.
They wanted to go to another city called Monterey, and they left me with my step-grandmother.
But she says Martinez was also there and had been drinking when her grandmother asked her to bring him a glass of water.
He grabbed me, put one hand over my mouth, put me on the bed, and he stuck his hand in my shirt.
Browning says she was only 6 years old, but the abuse would continue until she was 11 after Martinez moved into her home in Batson.
I was left alone with him, and they went to Houston, I believe, and I was scared, and I thought he was asleep on the couch.
Browning says she eventually told her stepmother at the time and her father, who then told police. But it would be 30 years until Martinez was brought to justice.
He did have employment in the U.S. and he would work for a certain time, and then he would leave and go to Mexico and come back.
Hardin County Assistant District Attorney Pamela eBay says he would take his last trip after being caught in Laredo last year.
A bus he was traveling in was pulled over for inspection, and they found he had a warrant.
Browning says while she's grateful Martinez is behind bars, she wishes more could have been done to protect her as a child.
I really felt, like I said, unheard and unprotected as a child because, you know, the people in my life that did know about it, the adults, didn't do the right thing. And that's part of the reason why I'm telling my story, so that adults can see the signs and it can be brought to light.
Again, Martinez was sentenced to serve 20 years in prison, and he will have to register as a sex offender. In studio, Ebony Coleman, 12 News.
And if you or someone you know is in need, the Crisis Center of Southeast Texas has a 24-hour hotline. You can also visit their website. Help is available right here at home.